It's been 4 weeks after ordering, but I finally got it, the iPhone 12 Pro, and in this video I will compare it on the video capabilities with the iPhone 10, my current phone. I think this is a reasonable upgrade for most people, that's why I compare it with each other, pure on video capabilities, because this is ShootThatVideo. If you're not already familiar with the camera specs, the iPhone 10 has a wide and a telephoto lens, and the iPhone 12 Pro has also a ultra wide camera. For the two cameras that are the same, the iPhone 12 Pro has a little bit lower aperture. Then on the video recording specs is the same, but of course the big difference is that the iPhone 12 Pro has HDR video recording with Dolby Vision up to 60 fps and extended dynamic range for video up to 60 fps. But I always think the example footage is way more important, that's why I shot a lot of it. Keep watching this video till the end, because then I will tell you my opinion of the difference between the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 10. I think we're ready to go outside and do the real test instead of recording my dishwasher. Let's go. Welcome to my living room. This was literally one of the first shots I took, and look at that dynamic range. Look at the windows behind me. Also, of course, the new iPhone 12 Pro has a 0.5 wide angle camera and the iPhone X doesn't, so that's why of course the shot of the iPhone 12 is much wider and it's perfect for vlogging like this. And also with this shot you can check the microphone quality and the sound of the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 10. And now let's go outside. So hi guys, we're out here, and I first want to start with some disclaimers. First of all, maybe you saw a little scratch on the telephoto lens of the iPhone 10. That's right, but I'm 100% sure that it does not influence the picture quality of that telephoto lens, and keep in mind that is only the telephoto lens. Then another important thing is that I'm shooting everything inside of the normal camera app, the normal Apple iPhone camera app. So nothing fancy, no Filmmaker Pro or something, even if I use that sometimes. This is just about the capability out of the box. And that also means that I will shoot almost everything with the automatic settings, so automatic focus and things like that, automatic lighting. So let's go. Also, I shoot everything with this rig, so kind of handheld, no gimbals or things like that. But of course this helps too with the stabilization, so keep that in mind. And it is of course hard to compare, but a little, I call it vlog shots like this or walking shot, that's so much better with the wide angle camera. Look at this. and I can recommend everybody, if they do a vlog shot like this, that they use the camera on the back like I did. But we also have to compare for video a little bit the front facing camera. So this is the front facing camera, and the beautiful thing about that is that the iPhone 10 can shoot HD 30 FPS, but the iPhone 12 Pro can shoot 4K 60 also on the front facing camera. Personally, I think that's a little bit too much, but hey, if you want to do a 4K slow motion vlog shot, it's possible. If I was a vlogger, it would be the perfect vlogging setup. But I'm almost home, but I live in the city center, so of course I have to walk around the city, find some new spots to do another test. But I leave my camera here, so see you inside again.
Right out of this wicked black and into bright sand, straight toward the warm sun and into his hands. When I get there, I'll let my feet roll. When I get there, I'll break in your arms, I'll lose control. When I get there, I'll know the answer. Let me know when I get closer.
So I tried to show you all the different possibilities, and I think after watching the video you have a pretty good idea of the difference between one and the other. So what I think is most important, that you can decide for yourself, but I wanted to put in a little bit of my opinion about the comparison, so that's what I'm doing right now. First of all, the audio. I think that's simple. The iPhone 12 Pro audio is much better. Then I wanted to mention the ultra wide camera, because that is completely missing on the iPhone 10. So definitely for video, it's super useful and really nice. So then let's talk about the HDR, the Dolby Vision High Dynamic Range video. You saw my first reaction right after I took one of the first shots here in my living room, and I still think the dynamic range on the iPhone 12 is finger-licking good. But it is much better on an iPhone or when you watch the video on an iPad, because the workflow with the HDR video, it's super difficult. It's kind of impossible to work with the really high dynamic range video inside of Adobe Premiere Pro, or even at the point of recording this video inside of Final Cut Pro. So that workflow sucks right now, but I think that will be better in a few months. So when you import the HDR footage in Adobe Premiere Pro, you're automatically working with the standard dynamic range footage. So when you keep that in mind, then it's even more and more impressive how good the dynamic range is versus the iPhone 10, because the dynamic range on the iPhone 10 is awful. The iPhone 12 Pro is overall much more reliable. The iPhone 10 is searching a lot for the exposure. Do I have to expose on the sky? Do I have to expose on the person that is standing here? And the iPhone 12 is much more reliable, and that also makes it a little bit more flat. And also because of that dynamic range, the footage is more bright. And that is not always looking better. And of course you can tap in and put the slider of the exposure a little bit down. But I shot this video on automatic settings, so I did nothing of that on the video. And then the footage sometimes is a little bit too bright, definitely when the dynamic range is not as important. So for example with this shot, then you don't see a lot of the sky, then the video is a little bit too bright, and then the iPhone 10 looks better. And that is overall the biggest thing. The iPhone 12 is a lot brighter, the dynamic range is way better. So when you need that dynamic range, yeah, you saw a lot of examples, then the iPhone 12 Pro is so much better. The stabilization is kind of the same. The iPhone 12 Pro is sometimes a little bit better. And then the video at night is a crazy difference, in the darker parts there is not as much grain as on the iPhone 10, but at night you have to use the normal wide camera and not the ultra wide of telephoto, because that is not as good as the normal wide camera, so keep that in mind. So what is my overall opinion on this comparison is that it is still a phone. It's still video that is shot on a phone, and you see that. But when I want to use video on a phone as a filmmaker, I always searched for the moments that it was not super obvious that it was shot on a phone. At this point with the 12 Pro, the phone is way more reliable, and there are way more situations that you can make a really nice shot that you can use in your video as a filmmaker. And for me that is the most important thing, because a video shot of a moment, a memory, that is not something I have to make in the highest quality possible. But if I use it for a client project, or if I use it to shoot videos for you guys, then I want the best quality possible. And then the upgrade from the iPhone 10 to the iPhone 12 Pro is amazing. So like I said, this was my opinion. I put it on purpose at the end of the video, so you had the chance to create your own opinion while watching the example footage. I hope you did that, and I hope at this point you know and saw the difference on the video capabilities of the iPhone 10 versus the iPhone 12 Pro. I'm really thankful for you watching this video. If you watch this video till the end, till this point, you definitely have to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to this channel, because this is ShootThatVideo, and this channel is all about shooting video, editing video, and creating video overall. So at this point I can only say I hope to see you the next time here on ShootThatVideo. Bye.
Let me know when I get closer, open up the sky for me. When you say I'll dig much deeper, I will shout.